Hello, everyone. Karen Glasser here, and welcome to Minding Your Mental Health. I'm here with my co host and son, Rob Glasser. We talk about how a changing world affects our day to day and what you can do to make life just a little easier. Today, we have a fun topic. It's called Pets at Work. So, what do we have?
We have pets at work. So this is a fun one. I think we've talked about a little bit before, talking about the new age of bringing your animals to work, or if you work at home, your animal's already with you.
Right.
But it really is shown that a fuzzy fur baby, fur family member, whatever you want to call them, actually can help you be more productive and even interact better with your colleagues too. So USC, their psychology department wrote a little blog about some of those benefits. So they started out by saying that companies such as Inverse Square, a custom application development company, has been open to pets in the workplace due to their effect on work-life balance. Both the employer and the employee have stated that it helps them pass long work hours happily, and the pets remind them to take those necessary breaks, much as we at home need to do as well.
Right.
Spending too much time on an individual project, problem, or other work issue can cause undue stress as well as inhibit your productivity. Because, as Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same results, is the definition of insanity.
Yep.
There you go. So, what exactly are our little fur babies helping us to do? So, companies like Etsy, excuse me, actually allow pets in the office space. So I can just imagine a whole bunch of people making art, doing all this cool stuff, and a bunch of furry animals running around while doing so. That sounds like heaven to me, because I both like art and pets. So things like short walks, playtime sessions are temporary distractions to allow for a good mental break. Of course, you all need a little bit of a mental break once in a while, right? To ease that stress that we have.
Right.
Other than that, they say that provides a little comic relief, keeps your spirits high, and just as laughter is and positivity is contagious, so is negativity and stress. So you want to obviously do the prior over the latter.
Right.
And with your pets, you get some good morale, you get better communication. And just for you guys who are in the healthcare industry, you also can reduce your blood pressure, lower your stress level, and just make you more calm.
That's
So,
amazing, right? It's amazing when you think about that. That our little pets, our little dogs, our cats, our big pets, that they can do that for us. That's why we wanted to do this topic today.
because, well, you at home, I at home, other people at home probably have their dog and cat sitting there.
Right.
Maybe it's your bird. I know people who are in love with rats and hamsters, and that's their thing, and they'll
That would
put them
not
on
be
their
good.
shoulder. Not for you, right? But for me. All right. Now, not only that, but it actually physically does help with things like communication. Many a times you work in an office and probably don't actually know the person sitting next to you because your job doesn't entail to have to do that. You might have to pass them through, pass over some paperwork, but you really have no purpose in doing so. However, when you have a more comfortable, flexible environment with your dog or cat, you are forced to have the conversations, such as what's their name? When'd you get them? Oh, what kind of dog or cat is that? Do they
Right.
do anything cute? And you actually are forced to comprehend. Now, it's actually funny that I'm thinking about this because you know me, I'm perfectly fine not working. However, when I do have other co hosts on who have a pet, like for instance, Victoria, who her cats are in her room, I always tend to move to her cats. Why? Because you can't not talk
Right.
about the animal in the room, right?
Well, and they say that animals and kids, those are the two things that if you make sure you put them either in your marketing or in your everyday, people can't resist cute little pets and cute little kids. So we're talking about pets today, but exactly. If they're
Right.
cute, right? They're cute.
They are. But it is kind of fun. And I didn't realize that it actually does force you to communicate. And
Right.
in that communication, you're not only working together better, but you're actually being more productive overall because you are asking questions, you are working on solutions that you might not have figured out
Right.
without the help
Right.
of the person next to you, right?
Exactly.
On top of that, because of the, where healthcare savings for people and pets are, a lot of places actually do work with initiatives such as this one called the Human Animal Bond Research Initiative, that helps people save almost 12 billion a year for having pets or for companies that allow pets in the workplace. Now, obviously, not every workplace does it, but what kind of cool incentive is that for the employer? Not only do you get to have happier employees or happier workers, but you're saving them and you a couple bucks for
Right.
doing it. So I don't see a bad in that either. And of course, we've talked about this before, how knowing it actually lowers the obesity rate as well because you're forced to go take your walks, you're
Right.
forced to be more active. So a lot of times people who work in places with pets have lower instances of different issues because of that. So that was the scientific part of it there. And they
Yeah.
do have some obvious things there, up to date with vaccinations, making sure that nobody's allergic. Apparently, 15 to 30% of the world has some sort of allergy. So obviously, you have to take that into mind. I didn't realize it was actually that high. That's kind of
Wow.
surprising to me.
So does that mean you need to have dogs that don't shed, or they have human
The
kind of?
yes, the hypo, or in those cases, probably just nothing at all, or maybe something that you kind of put off to a corner that doesn't involve everybody, but you can still have them on your floor. Um, But yeah, that was an interesting one. And of course, the colleges know what they're doing when they're talking about this stuff. And of course, USC, one of our personal ones here. So, I don't know anybody. Well, I think I know people that went there, maybe.
Your
I don't
brother.
know.
Your brother went there.
Oh, okay. There you go. He went to, okay. There you go. Um, Now, we wouldn't have a good show without giving you guys some of these ideas to actually play and do. So, teambuilding.com, which is an awesome name, has 15 virtual ideas. Because, in honesty, yeah, I mean, you can, a lot of people are at work, but a lot of people aren't, and they're probably not going to be back at work for a while. But it
Right.
doesn't mean you don't have to, it doesn't mean you can't interact with. So I'm just going to pull up a few that I liked a lot. The first one I loved, I thought was so cute, was the pet ID badges. So they have a picture of one here. It's a dog named Callie, and she is from the marketing department, employee number 101. So, of course, you're having some, um,
Bargaining. I love that.
yeah. So, of course, you have, Krista wrote, I love having our pets here working for them. Gives me a quick cuteness break. There you go. That's what we call it. We don't call it a work break, it's a cuteness break. So, yes, pet ID tags, and you could attach them to their collars, or if they wear a little, sweater, you could put it on their sweater. But I thought that was cute because everybody usually has a badge. So, why not the
Right.
four legged workers too? The next one I loved here, the pup performance review, and it's who's a good boy and who's been a naughty dog. So, of course, some of the questions you can ask for who's been a good boy, they stayed on screen, they wore their prettiest collar or costume, they
Uh,
showed the other employees their toys, they smiled for the camera, they gave their owner kisses, or they were just an excellent employee. Now,
oh.
for those who might have been naughty, they barked until the owner muted their mic. They tried to sit on the keyboard, for those of you who have a cat. They stole their owner's snacks. They licked themselves, or they growled at other dogs. What are you
Okay.
going to do, though? It's
Yeah.
still fairly cute, even when they're being bad.
Yes.
Um, One of the other ones I thought was really fun was guess the owner via the pet. So what you would do is the boss, whoever, would grab all the people's animals, put them up, and kind of like
Well,
what is it,
right.
Clue,
Right.
type of game, or Guess Who? Excuse me, Guess Who? And basically, you put up the thing, and you give everybody 30 seconds to a minute, and be like, whose employee is this pet belong
Who
to?
belongs to who? Who
Who
belongs to who?
belongs to who? It's like a
Yeah,
matching game. I thought that was great because that's
that is
definitely
good.
something that's a good icebreaker if you're brand new or if
Right.
you're a new business and maybe nobody's been connected yet. It's a great icebreaker for everybody. You can do a four-legged family album. Basically, just give yourself a time to share cute pictures, whether you put them all on a Google Drive or just share your Facebook or your Instagram, because who doesn't want to stare at cuteness all day?
Yep.
You can put dog Zoom backgrounds. So if you really want to get into it, I
so
know
that we,
you have your green screen. You could put your pet behind you and make a gigantic Godzilla-sized dog
right,
behind on your
right,
screen. And then you can do stuff like dog trivia. And these are things like how many dogs do you have? What breed? What are their names? Do they do anything funny? Stuff like that. But if you guys want to look through it, they have a lot of really cool stuff on here. And it's just a lot of fun cuteness. And again, it goes back to why the topic at hand, why pets at the workplace are good for you, because it makes you go out
right.
of your zone to do something silly. And
So I'm curious. We have some viewers right now, but whether you're watching live or you're going to watch on replay, if you go to an office for work, are you allowed to take your dog or cat or some other animal with you to work? Let us know. I'm curious. Kids, we work at home, so our pets are with us all the time, and that is kind of one of the reasons that I don't actually want to go into a traditional office because I like having my pet with me. It does get me out of the house, right? I walk my dog every day because he looks at me with that look like, what do you mean you're not taking me outside today, right? So I love that, and I'm curious. So let us know.
And
On
real quick, I want to add in because, of course, one of the biggest things of pets at work is the therapy animals too. And for
right,
those of you who know me, I am retraining my bigger dog to get back into that force. He's got his little vest. Not a fan of it, but no dog really is, you
right,
know. But I'm getting him back into the thing, and that's another thing to look out for as well. A lot of workplaces do actually have to abide by whether there is some sort of condition or not.
right,
And I'm not really sure how that works because theoretically, if you have a dog that could cause an allergy attack, you're not allowed to say don't bring them in because of your thing.
right.
But they also have to keep in mind the other thing. So I don't know if anybody knows out there if there's a rule, if there's some sort of loophole. I don't know because you can't tell the person who has the animal no, but you also don't want to injure your. Um,
So Chris
Unfortunately, school we don't have. Well, yeah.
has
Well,
become.
actually, no, but I do remember all my classroom teachers. We had bunnies we had to take care of. We had a bird we had to take care of. So actually, at my school, we did have a rotation. You had to take care of the pets, and I think that we had to take them home. I remember. Yeah, I remember. So I don't know, but I'm curious about the therapy one because I don't know if there's a rule abiding by that, where if it's going to cause a problem, do you just tell your person to work from home, or I don't know what you do in
I
that
don't know.
situation. Do you have any idea?
I think the whole idea behind train, and I don't know. I think, but the idea behind training a dog like that, um, that's they're supposed to be able to be okay in an environment, and that's what they're being
Oh, well,
taught.
I'm talking more of like if it were to cause an allergic reaction, if it were to cause somebody some pain,
Well, yeah. So
what do you do?
yeah, I don't know. And are there requirements for dogs that if they could be get allergy, of that kind of thing? Can they
Well,
not?
I know, like for instance, poodles are hypoallergenic, and poodles are actually one of the big dogs now that are actually used as therapy dogs. Maybe because of the fact that they are hypoallergenic, and I remember Ace when he came in there, and she showed me pictures. He slept on the desk because he's that small. Um, yeah, she's right. So you have to show your vaccines. You can go in through a certain area. You go.
Right.
Yeah, so I think because certain animals are hypoallergenic now, labradoodles, whatever the Obama's dog is, the water dog, Portuguese water dog, those are hyper. So I think those dogs are now being
Yorkie
trained.
Yorkie has dog hair that
Yorkies.
yeah. So that's why we have ours because I do have allergies, and so we tend to go for the dogs
Yeah,
that.
I do, but I just suffer through because
Oh, yeah,
Skeeter
because
is
they're
just
cute.
not.
Skeeter's very very cute. Skeeter
But
is very cute.
yeah, so I thought it'd be cool. And then of course, if you want to bring your animal out, you got to have the right supplies, right?
You
So
do. So, first of all, if you're going to bring your dog, you have to be able to walk them in on a. So we picked
these are
out.
cool. I like these a lot.
I do too. They're double sided. They're reflective, and the reason why these are great also because they're reflective, you can walk at night, which means that light
Yes.
on them you won't get run over. But you need a leash. They're pretty. So check out this one. All you have to do is scan the QR code. It will take you there. And if you have a dog that maybe needs a little bit of support and keeps running or something, you might want to, add a harness, which literally wraps around the dog. As you can see, how cute is this dog? Oh my
And
god!
these are actually a lot better because the harnesses that go in the neck can sometimes cause a problem. I do like the ones that go on the chest more.
So this is one of my favorite things, and I have this actually. I should have brought it in. It is a water bottle that has a handle on it, and it doesn't leak. And when your dog's thirsty, right, you have it on your hand, you squeeze the bottle, and the water comes up in the top side in this little drinking area, and the dogs can drink, and you can carry it with you. I love this thing. It's one of the
Great
best.
for hiking,
It's great
walking.
for hiking. There's all sorts of things that you can get. We have I'll put this comment up. There are all sorts of things that you can get when you're going to take your dog for a walk. You can get portable little water feeder things that you can
Yeah, I
collect
think we have a couple of those here. Yeah.
at home. They have dog help stress students. The Brussels police also have one to help children. I love this. This is awesome. This is awesome. The next thing is the Feeder Express. Now, when our German Shepherd, we had to put her down a couple of months ago, but Annie was a big dog. I mean, like 90 pounds. And when she drank or when she ate, everything went everywhere. The
Sounds like
water
fun.
would splash, right? The food would be everywhere. So this thing is really cool. If you have messy dogs, this is really cool. First of all, it raises it up a little bit. So for your big dogs, they're not having to bend down to drink
Right.
or eat. But there is underneath these bowls, there's little holes. So the water goes down underneath, the food goes in there, nothing gets on the floor. So if you have messy animals, this is something you want to take a look at. Now, Rob, you were talking about, taking the dog out during the day when you're at work, taking for a walk. You have to have poop bags. I mean, you gotta
You
have it.
actually can get fined now. So if you want to be careful, you have to make sure you clean up after yourself.
And you should do that anyways. Even
Well,
if
yes, of course.
you should do that. It's only the respectful and polite thing. You don't want somebody having your dog poop on your front yard or on the sidewalk. Clean up your mess. Now, we already talked about the fact that some of these things are feeder things that will stop the mess, but you can also put a dog bowl a mat and right under it as well. I have one of these because, as you like to say, why not? I have one of those. And I actually want to show this one. And
I
Christopher is in there right now. I don't know if
think I see his little paws.
he's in there. He's so cute. This thing is super cool. It is a little pricey, but we've had this for 7 years, and
Wow.
they come in big sizes, little sizes. Obviously, have a little dog, but he goes in there, loves this thing. So if you're looking for something really special for your dog, especially if they're little and they've got little hair and they get cold really easy, that's the ticket.
Or maybe
And then,
even your cat, right?
oh yeah, certainly, absolutely, absolutely. And then finally, treats. You want to be able to give your treats to your dogs during the day. Go ahead and do that. And then this is my favorite. Rob, you and I just have the opportunity to actually start promoting the Bark Box people. I'm really excited about this. And I know that you and I are going to do an unboxing later on in the next month or two and we're going to do a standalone thing and we will share it with all of you. There's toys in here. There are treats in here. Really fun things. If you love your dogs and your cats, well, dogs in particular, because this is a Bark Box. If you love your pets, we like to get them gifts and take care of them. Um, these are fun things, Rob, right? I mean, these are
Yep.
really fun things to take your dog to work. Now, we could have come up with a lot of other things, but these are really specifically for when you go to work. You want to be able to take care of your dog and your cat and whatever while they're there.
Right.
We also want to make sure that you pick up our free ebook, Finding Your Passion ebook. Again, we have QR codes now, so to make it a whole lot easier. All you have to do is take your camera out and push and literally just put it there. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to push a button, nothing. And it will scan it and it will take you over to there. This thing is absolutely free. We always talk about doing what you love. This is something to help you do that. And finally, you can go check out Rob's swag store and pick up many different things that are there. But we have the importance of now journal notebook. We hope that you will pick that one up as well. Any last thoughts, Rob? We had a lot of stuff today. I feel like I've been a little bit.
I know, right? I need a lozenge now to ease my. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, I mean, hopefully more businesses will open up. I know a lot of businesses already do it as it is,
Right.
but it's just like you go adopt a furry family member, makes your life so much happier,
It does.
and
And I
Yeah.
think it makes you working a little bit happier too. If you are able to take your pet to work, sitting at your feet or sitting next to you, just knowing they're there to pet them, and it just makes me feel good. So I hope you guys will take a listen to this and let us know. Are you taking your pet to work? We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Go out, give somebody an awesome day, and we will see you next time on Minding Your Mental Health. Goodbye, everyone.